You have seen me in the past talk about how this administration is doing whatever it can to make sure that Hamas survives this war, this existential threat against Israel. You saw me bird dog Senator Hassan. I'll show you that clip right now when I was telling her, hey, this administration is pro-Hamas. What's up with that? Right? Here.
Senator Hassan, why is this administration pro-Hamas? Why are we telling Israel to cease fire? Why aren't we putting pressure on Qatar? Qatar is a state sponsor of terrorism. Really, why are we telling Israel what munitions they can use? This administration is pro-Hamas.
Honestly, I almost can't blame anybody for not seeing it because you really got to be listening to the right sources in Israel to find out what's going on. You're not going to find out from the American media. So I listen a lot to Caroline Glick. She's got a master's from Harvard. She writes for the Jerusalem Post. She was a captain in the IDF. She worked in a cabinet position in one of Netanyahu's administrations. She's a member of numerous think tanks, and she has a lot of sources. So she knows a lot of the nuts and bolts of what's going on that most people don't. And so she's saying that this administration is the American administration. This is Barack Obama and this is Joe Biden. The puppet master and the little puppet. So basically, this is Hussein's third term, and he's doing everything he can to undermine Israel. So I'm going to show you this clip from Caroline Glick to back up my claims that this current administration is pro-Hamas.
It's important because the United States, for instance, does not want Israel to win. They want Hamas to survive. That's very clearly what the United States is saying when they say you're not allowed to move people out of their homes in the South. We don't want you to attack in the South. You have to allow Hamas to resupply with this, fake humanitarian assistance. We're gonna be Chicken Little, and we're gonna pretend that you can make a deal with these people, that it's credible. We want a ceasefire. We want to keep the ceasefire. We're looking at the Qataris, who are Hamas, right? They are the epicenter they are the headquarters of the Muslim Jihad, of the Muslim Brotherhood, and the epicenter of Sunni Islamic Jihad that spread its tentacles from Al Jazeera and Doha throughout the region and the world of these Sunni terrorist organizations. And it's Qatar that is their epicenter. They all have headquarters there. And so Biden is saying, no, Qatar is our ally. They're great. We love them. They're a major non-NATO ally. He designated them as such last year. And the Americans want Qatar to mediate. And Qatar said, we don't, first of all, the Sheikha, the mother of the Emir, as I said in the previous episode, she said, it's all a lie. It's all AI generated. Hamas didn't conduct any of these atrocities against Israel. But the position of the Qatari regime is that it's unrealistic to try to attack, to try to defeat Hamas. Hamas has to be allowed to survive, and all they want to do is help Hamas to survive and win. Because if Israel doesn't win, then Hamas wins. And you understand that if you realize that this is an existential war. But here's the United States saying this. And so if the head of military intelligence agrees with them, then you already have a front inside of the army working with the Americans to undermine the government and its achievement of the war aims that it set out for Israel. Okay.
You're 100% correct, Caroline. If Hamas survives, it's a victory for Hamas. No matter if Israel destroys their entire infrastructure and sets them back 10 years, it's a victory. And this administration is doing everything it can, using every bit of leverage to try to keep Hamas alive under the guise of any other fake purposes. We know Barack Obama is not a friend of Israel. Joe Biden may think he is, but he can't even find the bathroom in the White House. So we know what's up.